Advice about advice. I know some of you experienced getting two opposing pieces of advice. You may have seen a motivating video by someone you admire in which they advise you to perform X if you want similar results. It makes a lot of sense at first. However, you come across another piece of advice from someone else in a similar situation sometime later. But the advice contradicts the earlier advice you got. They advise that you should avoid X and instead do Y. So now you have two distinct individuals telling you different things, both of whom are at a level you want to reach. And this might be confusing because you won't know which suggestion to follow. Let's assume there are two distinct individuals. Michael is one of them, while Kate is the other. Michael is an introverted individual. He prefers to spend his time alone. Thus, he rarely leaves the house. Because of his social anxiety, he denies every invitation to a social event. Michael often feels lonely as a result of this, as he has few friends. Kate, on the other hand, is an extroverted young lady. She enjoys socializing and is frequently the light of the party. Whenever she's invited anywhere, she always accepts. As a result, she does not prioritize her time and gets dragged around by others. Assume they view the same motivating video that said, "You should learn to say no to unimportant requests more often." Now, is the advice good? For Kate, this is good advice. She already has a lot of friends, but she doesn't have enough time to spend on other important things. However, for Michael, this is bad advice. He needs to learn to say yes to more social opportunities instead of no. He wants to have friends and not feel lonely after all. Two people can hear similar message, but it will resonate with one and make little sense to the other. As a result, advice and opinions frequently contradict one another. We are all diverse and in different stages of our lives, and different people demand various solutions. As a result, we must realize that there is no one-size-fits-all advice available. Most advice is highly generalized, and as a result, is not truly individualistic. That is why it is up to you to choose what you may and cannot utilize. Then use any suggestions that you find beneficial in your current situation. If it does not apply to you, you are not required to utilize it and may disregard it. However, you may discover later in your life that the advice you once dismissed is now valuable to you. Looking back at Michael, he thought the advice to say no was pointless. As a result, he rejected it and began saying yes to opportunities to be social and meet new people. He did, however, expand his social circle and make more than enough acquaintances throughout the years. Soon, he found himself frequently saying yes to most social engagements, which began to divert his time and energy away from his business, which was now his primary concern. Suddenly, the suggestion to say no to requests came in handy. It's beneficial to hear other views since they might provide a different perspective, one you didn't think of at first. But not every idea will apply to you right now, but it may in the future. That is why you should not disregard it entirely. However, once an idea or piece of advice has served its function, let it go. Don't use it if it no longer works for you. Ideas are similar to tools. You utilize them when they are helpful to you. When rotating a screw, you will not utilize pliers. Instead, you use a screwdriver. But just because using a screwdriver has worked for you at one point, it doesn't mean it's going to be the only tool you ever use. Would you still need a screwdriver if you need to bend a wire? No, you'll need to use the pliers. The same goes for advice and ideas. Remember, what got you here won't necessarily get you there. You need to let go of the advice when it stops applying to you, or you might stagnate. It's inevitable that as you travel through life, you'll come across different pieces of advice on how to handle certain situations. However, you should be aware that there is no straightforward method for overcoming difficulties. In the end, there's no right or wrong way to accomplish anything. It's possible that even if two ideas seem to be contradicting with one another, there are still occasions in which either one might be helpful. Examine your own circumstances to determine if there are any ideas in which you may use this advice. Avoid applying it if you don't think it would work in the setting you're in right now. But be open to fresh perspectives and viewpoints. Consequently, you'll find yourself navigating through life with ease. Please like the video if it made you think, and remember when you receive two different pieces of advice. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can receive great content like this in the future. Thanks for watching.